Bad guys. Soft work.
Aguero! The shot's on! They have taken the lead. Goalkeeper almost got there, but it wasn't a strong enough touch.
Yeah, he's annoyed with himself, isn't he? Having got a touch on it, feels he should have done better.
Coutinho. An attack from Argentina. Defending there. Attack was looking good. Now will the opposition have a chance?
Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this presentation. Just a quick all right. Just give me just 1 minute to check out these things. All right. Okay. I was hearing myself, so I needed to take note. All right. Good evening, Ghana. Good evening, gamers. Good evening, everyone that has tuned in to watch this particular presentation. The state of esports in Ghana, past, present, possibilities, and politics, basically, people and politics. And this has arrived as a result of certain circumstances within our space. Today, I'm here to speak and to bring clarity into the situation. There's been a lot of conversations, confusions, discussions, and concerns around esports in Ghana, especially around the recent letter from the National Sports Authority. But beyond the noise, there's a bigger picture, a picture that we all fit in, a picture that we all believe in. And there is also a story where we started and where we are now and where we are going. And tonight, I'm just here to walk you through the state of esports in Ghana. This is not a conflict, or there is no conflict. This is to bring clarity to our space. All right, so just to introduce myself, my name is Kwesi Hayford, and I happen to be the president of the Esports Association Ghana, a founding partner to that as well. And my background professionally, I'm a creative designer, I'm a graphic designer, and I have a 9-to-5 work that I do, but esports is my passion. And because of that, I bring my professionality and my personality and my family into esports because of what I believe esports is. All right. So the first thing that I will want to talk about is our past, where we started and where we're going. Honestly, when I started back in 2010, it was an engagement with some other people that brought the concept of the Esports Association. But I started my first international esports tournament. That was ESWC 2010. Let me see if I can show a bit of that. ESWC in 2010. That was it. ESWC in 2010. That's when I started my international esports engagement, and with that, we did several games, and that brought me into the focus of trying to organize our space, trying to qualify players from Ghana to participate in international tournament. What happened then was that right after, we almost went through almost all the process, just that we didn't get visa. We were 3 of us traveling. I think it was Osby, Selassie, and myself. And one person got a visa, the rest didn't get it. I didn't get it, Salasi didn't get it. And from the look of things, the other guys were like, if all of us are not going, then we can't go. These are the fast checks you can check with the players that I've mentioned their name as well. So that actually kickstart my engagement with esports, trying to build a space. Then there were other people doing it. I wouldn't say that I started it. There were other people also working within the esports space. I can talk about Playbox. Yes, definitely Virtual Union, for Change, all of them. There were other guys. I think there were Game Bay, there were Madagascar, there were some lot of people who were working in the space at that time, and I just happened to be, I mean, one of the key people also. Back in the days, I've been involved in, I love video games. So way back from Tema to Labadi to Accra, I have friends all over. And I know Pinto in Accra. I know Bralai in Labadi, Kojo Saidin area. He's very well known. He's an OG in the gaming space. Shout out to you, Bralai. And Brakwe in Comty 4, because these were people that really encouraged me and supported me when I was trying to do my esports back then. And that 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 vision of creating esports Ghana began at that time. And from then came some well-meaning people who said that we can't work in silos, so we have to come together. Then came Playbox, Virtual Union, for Change, to kickstart and formally register the Esports Association. So we coming together to form the Esports Association was a great move, because we knew that, I mean, we need to build structures. We need to build the structures, and then comes the system. You can't have a system without structure. The structures need to be there, and the Esports Association becoming a structure or an entity or an organization that is like a trade union that speaks to the development of esports, both at the grassroots level, professional, and the elite level, and also have best practices that helps build communities, because we are a community-oriented organization that we love to build players, we love to build the industry. So that is the starting point of the Esports Association, and we've done quite a lot of stuff. This year we are 10 years, and there are a lot of stuff that we're going to do, but to be in existence for 10 solid years, building the grassroots, building the human capacity, building talent, and giving exposure to talent is a great and tremendous work that the Esports Association has done across the years. So I'll move on to the second part, which is which will be, let's say, my presence where we are now. Okay, so where we are now, the esports industry has tremendously grown over the past 16 to 20 years. I mean, globally, there's been a shift in recognition. Definitely, Korea, Saudi, Europe, and the Americas all have developing pathways for esports. And when it comes to Ghana, where are we now? Where is the trajectory now? I think that we've grown with time, where I see where we are in is the fact that I can speak about esports teams, not only esports teams, but also esports media organizations. You can talk about the VGA doing their work, dedicated space news outlet for esports, but largely there's a kind of the recognition of the space where there are different activities, different events, tournament organizers as well, professional tournament organizers, meaning that these are registered business entities, and that is good for us because now people are not only building esports teams and building players, but they are building businesses around it. So we have photography agencies dedicated to esports. We have tournament organizers dedicated. Then we even have platforms. You know, you can talk about tournament management platform like the Mashada platform, and like the Game Hive platform, and the recent one that has come up is the Botfield platform dedicated to Mobile Legends. So there are platforms that are coming up that are even catering for the community and specifically for different genre of games. And this is exciting. This is where we are now. That it is not only about tournament, but it's also about businesses that are being built around the ecosystem. And it's exciting to be that these structures are esports association is at the forefront helping build these entities or these organizations to become a prime pillars in our society. The birth of all these organizations empowers esports, and currently the Esports Association has you can think about the esports teams and you can think about the other businesses or entities that are not only as esports teams. There are different esports teams that have different outreaches. So you can talk about the Canvas School project. You can talk about the Play Province Beyond the Academy, Beyond Gaming Academy. Camp Dawn also have launched their school outreach program, you know, and these things the Esports Association has already started doing. And it's exciting that we are not only talking about tournament, but we are also looking at education as a pivot in bringing awareness, bringing recognition, and bringing acceptance. There are three stages I always talk about in esports. There's the awareness stage, there's the recognition stage, and there is the acceptance stage. And each level we need to get there. Currently, almost every event that we do is to create awareness, is to create that esports have pathways to professionalism and to to create employment opportunities for the youth in Ghana and Africa. And Ghana, we've done our best. But before every passion, before every structure is the passion of the community. Esports cannot work without community. You know, people buy games and people buy consoles, they buy the hardware to play. And these people come together to form the community. Esports power lies in the community. And that brings me to the number 3. Number 3 talks about number 3 clarity is to talk about the misconception in the space and the reason for the letter that was sent. And I want to project what we have currently. So the story is that I got a call, all right, from the NSA, which is the National Sports Authority, and the call was for me to come and pick a letter. Previously, I think a week or two back, because of the ENC project, the association has submitted a letter to get recognition. Not recognition, recommendation. We've sent a recommendation letter to the NSA for them to support us, because when we applied for the ENC and we got shortlisted for the ENC, we went through the phase 1 and we went through the phase 2 was to gather all our documents and also recommendations from different partners and sports authorities in the country. So we reach out to our partners, and almost all the partners that we reach out to issued us recommendation letter for the Esports Association. So we reach out to the NSA as well. We went to see the Director General and we spoke to him about it. And we presented our letter that we needed a recommendation from the NSA. Well, he said he will look, from the conversation, he said the time frame for them to give us the recommendation was a bit faster, because ENC's timelines were a bit steep, right? It was tight. So we told him about it. He said, you see what we can do. No wahala. So we left hoping that we'll get the recommendation, but we got all the recommendation. The deadline was very tight and we needed to submit when we still haven't heard from the NSA. So we submitted our second phase application to ANC with the letter. In fact, there was the National Partnership Manager, which is for an organization, and the National Team Manager, which is for an individual. We applied for both. For the National Team Manager, we applied for myself, and for the National Partnership Manager, which is an organization, we applied as Esports Association Ghana. When the results came, Esports Association didn't get the National Partnership Manager. And we knew one of the key things they were looking at for a key ask from the application was we needed our one government agency or institution to back us, right? As all other, when you go to the ANC website, you see those who you needed to come together with, or you needed some recommendation letter from your National Sports Authority. And we did that. We submitted a letter and we didn't get the information. Weeks passed and I was called to come and pick up a letter. So when I was going, I was thinking probably that's the recommendation letter. In my mind, I was like, this is a recommendation letter from NSA, because even though if it was late, the time has passed, the verdict from ENC has come, it would be good to send back to ENC to say that we have support from our government. But after getting the letter and I opened it, and I was shocked to hear that the NSA is saying that the Esports Association is carrying itself as a governing body of esports in Ghana. And the clarity I want us to set straight is that the Esports Association has never carried itself as a governing body in Ghana. And this is the letter that came. This is the letter that came and has been shared by another entity called Esports Federation Ghana. This letter was supposed to be a bit of confidential because there were people that has been copied on the letter. We didn't share this letter out. This letter was shared to esports communities on WhatsApp groups all over. This letter has been sent to Esports Association international partners. This letter has been sent to ENC, all to what? Discredit the Esports Association. But we responded as well. We responded to the NSA because we believe in fairness. We believe in democracy. We believe in speaking truth to power. And that's where we are now. The fact that esports is built on community, and the fraternity that we have built, the trajectory that we have come as a community, as Ghana, even in the international space, merits that we create an environment where all stakeholders are brought onto the table in developing this space. Over the years that we have built this esports, it has been individuals' effort, funding, and sacrifice to bring us to this level of where esports is. It has been the work of esports teams, the work of private entities that come together to form the Esports Association that has gotten us here. 2 years or 3 years back, the International Esports Federation rated Ghana as third in Africa. That is something that we need to write home about. That is something to cherish. That is something that merits the kind of esports the Esports Association has built across the span of time. But as I said, as we operate in the international roles, international best practices, we know that Esports Association is an independent organization incorporated in Ghana, and is a bona fide Ghanaian entity, and the law says that there is a freedom of association. And we believe that we must not be pushed or subjected to become part of another body that we feel is not legitimate, trustworthy, and doesn't have the integrity to govern esports in Ghana. Because we know the people behind it, and we know their level of credibility. We don't want to divide the community. We have always called for collaboration across all board. And it is our mandate to build esports with no toxicity. It is our mandate to build an esports where everybody feels welcome. And that has been the Esports Association's key goal. So this matter, we know we got an information that the NSA has called us for a meeting. We're still hoping for that meeting to come on, because we also responded. And I will try and share what we, I will share just a bit of our response to the NSA, just to let the community know that we have also responded to this matter. So yes, we have duly responded to the NSA, and we will make this response available on our website so that the community can read and know where we stand in the matters of arising, in the matters that concern every gamer, every esports athlete, every stakeholder, every partner, that we stand for credibility, we stand for the community. All right. So my third point will be, my fourth point will be, what are the possibilities? What are the possibilities that we need to build in our country? What are the possibilities? Ghana, I have an entire write-up on Ghana becoming the gateway of esports in West Africa. And there's so many things that Ghana holds to become truly the gateway in West Africa. And I will just mention a few of them. One is our time zone. Ghana falls within the time zone GMT 00, which is very critical. If you don't understand it, you know, when all the world is sleeping, Ghana can work. We can work with the people in US, we can work in the people in Asia, we can work in the people in Europe, because our time frame is universal time frame. You know, that creates employment. And Ghana is in the middle of the world, geographically positioned. You know, people from Nigeria, Benin, Togo can drive to Ghana. People from the west side of Ghana, I mean, from Senegal, Ivory Coast, can drive to Ghana. People from the north, Burkina, Mali, Niger, can drive to Ghana. If Ghana is to become the gateway of esports in Africa. And that is one that we have championed. There is no bigger esports event in Africa, or vision, or an agenda for an African esports trajectory that Ghana is not part. And we believe, as Pan-African country, just as Kwame Nkrumah did and said, the total liberation or freedom of Ghana is not complete without the total liberation of Africa. And we have worked that within our spirit, because we are Ghanaians. We kickstarted the Africa Esports Championship back, I think, way before the COVID time. And there is a history that has brought that, where we have the Africa Confederation of Esports now, with HQ in Morocco. The stories can be told, but the evidence of where Ghana has, what Ghana has done across Africa is there. We have helped other countries find their esports rhythm. We have created the opportunity for other countries to see the light and build their trajectory. And I believe that the possibilities are endless. Ghana can become the gateway. We have internet infrastructure. We have electricity. We have the youth. We have, I mean, I don't know how many West African countries or African countries have created conducive esports for let's say platforms to thrive. A good example is Mashada platform, our local tournament made in Ghana platform for esports. And I'm always excited about these things, that it is not only about playing a game, it's about building an ecosystem where people can find and dream to become bigger. You know, there are a lot of people doing so many things within esports in Ghana, not only playing the game. We have content creators, you know, gaming content creators trying to find their feet. It is not easy, but they are there. And I believe that the possibilities are endless. There are players, casters, designers, production houses, esports plus education, you know. And this is the point that we are. This is the place that we are. The possibilities for Ghana esports is endless. It's endless. And there is no way that government institutions shouldn't come together. The beauty about esports is that it's multidisciplinary. And it is also multi-sectorial. You can talk about the Ministry of Education in esports. We can talk about the Ministry of Employment in esports. You can talk about the Ministry of Youth in esports. You can talk about technology in esports. There's so many. You can talk about the creative economy within esports. You know, and we can talk about the future of work within esports. So the possibilities are really, really endless. And Ghana stands a chance of becoming the gateway to Africa. You know, out there in Europe, in Asia, they have seasons. We only have 2 seasons, dry seasons and wet season. You know, we can do esports events all year round. People can fly over to Ghana all year round. Imagine if we have big esports arenas. Then we can bid for big esports events to come to this part of Ghana. There is endless possibilities to position Ghana as an esports nation, just as the Saudi Arabians are doing. Why can't we do it in Ghana? It would take passion to policy. Passion to policy. It will take understanding the economics of esports. But where we are now is that we get authorization for us to stop doing what we have already built. It is painful. It is very, very painful. And for me, it's not anybody stopping me, whether I am president of esports or I'm not president of esports, I'll still do what I am doing for the community. It is something that I have come that it is my destiny to help people with esports. I found it as a tool for youth development. That's why I'm so passionate. I'm so passionate about esports. Now let's talk about people. That's my 5th point about people. The people in esports. The people in esports. In Ghana, there is no esports event that can go on without people. Without people's not having sleepless night. Without people putting in their talent and skill set to get an event done. The gamers, organizers, creators, volunteers, community leaders, esports teams, the graphic designers, the video editors, the shoutcasters. You know, there's a lot of people behind the scene that make things work just to see one esports event happens. And it is not easy. It is not easy. It's not always about a big prize pool. You know, production of esports takes more than the prize pool. The prize pool is a reward for the players spending their time playing the game. But beyond the players are multiples of people who are the real backbone. And these people form the community. Most of the time, for events, we are the first to get there, the last to get there, leave there. I remember the Mashada event. We left there close to like 1 p.m. I remember the Conquest event at the Silverbird. First to get there to do the setup. last to live there, and we put in so much effort. The players will come and play the game. After the event, everybody will leave. But the backbone are the people that put in their sweat and blood to make that event happen. Good or bad, if that event, that esports event comes on, remember, it is people who have put in their sweat and blood to make it happen. And these people are the community. The players, the gamers, the organizers, the creators, the community leaders, the mods or the moderators, and it is not easy. It is not easy. Some don't even get paid their worth of time that they have spent because you don't have a lot of financial backing. We don't have a lot of sponsors coming in to support. But we got to believe that this thing can work. So every day we are pushing. Every time we are pushing. It is not an easy. But shout out to all those people out there. All those people out there who have never given up on esports. They believe that it is possible. They believe that this space can be. But you know what? One person can't do it alone. Neither one agency or one organization can do it. We need to build together. And that is why Africa, most of the time, because whenever there is a good thing for Africa, some people must divide it. Divide. Oh no. We need not to get to that place again. We need to build together. Find the rhythm and collaborate together. But you know what? Collaboration stems from the fact that we trust each other. And if we can't build with trust, you need to trust me to trust you. And that's the community need to trust you as a leader as well. So that was number 5 about people. And I will want to show you a bit of some pictures of where we've been, how we have come this far. How we've come this far. Over the years we have partnered with different organizations. The Esports Association has partnered with different organizations to build a space where, everybody is recruited. And most of these things are done by our hands, and it's always the people doing the work, and I'll keep on saying that we've come a long way. We've come a long way as an association. It is something that we have cherished and protected from the days of Playbox in the box, from the days of Game Triathlon, from the days of, in 2006 when Wonder Kid was able to make it to France. 2006, was it 2006? Yes, 2006. We've championed campaigns and done amazing stuff. The association is there for the community. We are all about the community, and we'll keep building this space up. There's a video that I wanted to show. It's basically on our website, and I hope that is our first engagement when we did an event with Surfline. It was a Ghana-South Africa match. that was really a pivot to our beginning. And over the years, we've collaborated with Betway initiating. When Betway started, we've created moments in the past that has really culminated to what Esports Association is now, you know. And I would say that where we are now is in the state where we need to understand the politics in place. So I'll come back. I want to come to the crucial topic of politics. What we must do. I don't intend for this conversation or this presentation to keep long. And this is the very critical part of what I want to say. That one, esports should never be politicized. There is a good of politics and there's a bad of politics. My understanding of politics is that politics is for the people. Politicians are elected by the people and given power by the people. So there's the good of politics in making sure that we build policies that help develop the people. So that is my understanding and definition of politics. Politics is to create an environment where the needs of the people are met. And when we think about good governance, politics must lead, government must lead. You know, and it is not the bad of politics that we're looking for in esports. We're looking for the good of politics in esports. We're looking for a situation where politics will lead to policy frameworks that builds and galvanize esports in a way that it is enshrined in our legislative. It empowers our government agencies to look at esports in a different light for youth development and for the development of Ghana. That is the politics that we're looking for. Not the politics that of power play. Not the politics that people want to get their way by all means, by all costs. Not the politics to lord it and control and regulate people in a way that they haven't. I always say that communities are nurtured. Esports communities are nurtured. You cannot control a community you have not built. There are so many esports groups out there on WhatsApp. Some of them I didn't create it. I get to be invited to come into the community, to be a witness or to help structure the community. I don't lord it over them. Every esports community created by themselves is for them. And what we try to do as Esports Association is to bring structure and systems in place for that community to strive. And we try to also bring what? International best practices. What is done in the international space, tournament moderation. So when people approach us for an event, we try to help them. We don't control them. We try to make availability of resources and manpower in officiating the game so there will be integrity in the esports games that they organize. And we help our community to even learn and educate. We just don't do tournaments. We help with the rules. We help with how even bring professional people into the space. We have professional coaches. We have professional referees. People who have learned or studied or taken courses in esports referee. And these are the people within our our ecosystem. So when we think about these things, we believe that politics must be played to the good of the community, not politics, not bad politics that is there to control the people. We believe governance must be good governance, and governance must go hand in hand with all stakeholders. Good governance means good leadership. Good governance means transformational leadership. Leadership that can see beyond us. Leadership that has insight, foresight, and a foresight to see what is expected to come so that we can dream. Ghana stands the chance of becoming the biggest esports destination because it's not only about competition, it's also about tourism and hospitality. When you think about esports only as playing video games, you've missed it. And as a country, we have tourism, we have the internet infrastructure, we have the energy, and we have the education. Imagine if University of Ghana should start a course in esports marketing, esports branding. Imagine that the University of Communication, NAFTI, will go into esports media production as a course. We have all the state infrastructure to empower our esports. Imagine that some portions of all the stadiums in Ghana will have an esports arena attached to it. Where we can dream to bring our esports to should be a policy that will drive. And policy is not done by only one people. Esports Association alone cannot. We need all the stakeholders, from the government to the private sector. And when I talk about private sector, corporate institutions, the financial institutions that need to, and every aspect, businesses that need to come together to build a strong policy framework for Ghana. So the way forward. So this evening, I'm just only speaking my mind. This evening, I'm sharing with you how far we have come, the past, where we are now as a nation. Today, Ghana has been in most international events. We're in Indonesia, we're in Istanbul, we're in Romania, recently we're in Mumbai, we're in Casablanca, we've been to Nigeria. And our athletes, when they travel, they get exposure. It's not only about playing the tournaments, it's also about the exposure of the talents. We've done, the Esports Association has done community engagement. We've partnered with social interventions projects for children. The Esports Association is the only organization in Ghana that has a female women esports fraternity, championing diversity and inclusion in esports. On every level, we have tried to spearhead esports in Africa, creating the framework whereby our esports is not just play, but educational transformation and empowerment to our people. The next phase of what we need to do is to drive policy. Policy with the NSA, policy with the Ministry of Youth and Recreation, policy with the technology arm of government, so that we can build a space where young people can find jobs, young people can build their passion to what? Policy. I want to thank you for joining me tonight. Again, I will say this. It is not about confusion. It is not about toxicity. It is not about anybody's interest. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than any organization. This esports thing is Ghana. It's about Ghana. This esports thing is about Africa. This esports thing is about the future of young people who desire to play at the professional level. It's about people who desire. It is about the doctor who want to go into esports medicine. It is about the lawyer who want to be an esports lawyer in the near future. It is about all the engineers who need to build our own esports gadgets and systems and hardware and software. It's about the developer who needs to design something for Ghana. It is not about me. So when a communique comes to say that somebody should stop esports, it defeats the purpose for which we all stand for. The way forward is together. The way forward is to build together. The way forward is not to work in silos. The way forward is together. I thank you, and I thank you for joining this session. And I hope to hear from you. If you ever left a comment, I will come back to the comment to answer. But tonight is for you to think through, how do we build and how do we move forward? And with this, I want to announce to you all the Ghana Esports Forum that we are championing. It's coming soon. The date is drawing closer. We'll share the details. The Ghana Esports Forum is a collective engagement where we're bringing all stakeholders together. Whether you are a player, whether you are a team, whether you are a clan, come and bring your voices, where we come together to draw plans and policy and submit it to the legislative and to the parliament. I will see you there. And again, I say the way forward is together. Let's build Ghana. Let's build esports in Ghana. I thank you. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.